Hi folks, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the mighty Jingles, and judging by what's going on in my garage, it appears I need to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Although by the time this video goes up and you see it, it's probably more likely to be a case of I need to hope you all had a happy Halloween. More or less I'm talking to the guys on the North American server. You fellas take this, well, holiday as you call it, much more seriously than the rest of the world. Although it is starting to catch on in Britain as well, and will probably be just as big a thing over here within a year or two as it is in America. And that's not a bad thing. The whole costume party, going out, getting dressed up, having fun, it's not a bad idea. So, hope you all had a happy Halloween. However, you didn't come here to listen to me ramble on about American holidays. You want to see tanks blowing stuff up. And today we're going to do just that, and we're going to do it in the PzKpfw 6 Tiger. This was the very first heavy tank I ever owned. I didn't touch any of the Russians, I didn't touch any of the Americans, I just ran my way down the German tank line until I got this. And then I got smacked in the face with a huge wall of disappointment, because there is absolutely no way on earth, no tank in this game, well, the Tiger in this game, was ever going to meet the expectations I had for this tank. And this is a problem a lot of people have when they get the Tiger, because they fail to understand that this is a game. And the Tiger was a legendary tank. I mean, it just utterly dominated the battlefield when it was introduced. But you can't do that in World of Tanks. That's unbalanced. This thing has to be competitive against its peers at Tier 7. And it's not a bad tank, but it's nowhere near as good as I expected it to be, because I was a noob and I had unrealistic expectations. And if you look at my stats on this tank, they do kind of reflect that. There you go, the Tiger. 43% win rate, 189 games played. And that is because my first 60 to 80 games, I was utterly hopeless. And for good reason. Not just because I kept expecting this thing to be able to do stuff that it wasn't possibly going to be able to do in the game, but because it was my first heavy tank, and I didn't have a clue how to drive heavy tanks. I barely had a clue how to drive medium tanks at the stage when I got this. And I was, I just noobed my way around and getting shot at and complaining about Russian guns. That's what Tiger drivers do, isn't it? But I've got a bit more experience now, and I'm kind of a little bit more realistic in my expectations of how a tank should perform. And the Tiger isn't a bad tank. I know everybody complains that, oh, it's not as good as it should be. Well, it's balanced. It is balanced. It's got decent armour. It's got a very, very good gun. It's not particularly slow. It's a decent all-round tank. You can't jump into this thing, drive into a Tier 7 game and expect to, you're not Conan the Barbarian, kill your enemies, crush them under your feet and hear the lamentation of their women. Conan could do that, but he didn't drive a Tiger. Unfortunately, you have to lower your expectations when you get one of these for the first time, especially if it's your first heavy tank. It is a good tank, but it's not a miracle worker. None of the tanks in this game are. They're all balanced against their competition. And if you drive this thing intelligently, it's a really, really good tank. I'm starting to play it more lately. I mean, I've got a huge amount of tanks in my garage that I just never play, because most of the tanks that I play are tanks that I'm either doing a video for, or tanks that I'm doing a garage review for, and I need to play a couple of games of them to get some decent replays to show you guys, or tanks that I've just unlocked and I'm grinding to unlock modules on them and get the next tank up the line, like the M103 or the T28 prototype. But the Tiger, lately, I'm just playing it for fun, and I'll show you why. So here it is. Hit that random battle button and I get a Tier 8 game on Ensk. I do like this map. I do tend to have consistently good games on this map. Even the games that I lose tend to be, decent games. So that's encouraging. And it is a Tier 8 game though. They've got a Super Pershing, a Type 59, that's it. We've got an IS-3 and a Type 59. But our IS-3, I don't know if he's completely stock. It looks like he's got the upgraded turret, but he does not have the BL9 gun, so that's slightly worrying. But at the end of the day, he is an IS-3, and this is a city map, so he should be able to do okay. I guess it's all just going to depend on how good a driver he is. So I'm going to stick together with this guy at first. Had my fight. Oh, once he stopped. Oh, T50. Alright, don't want to let this little bugger get through. There you go, double teamed. I blew his engine out, I think. Or at least blew his tracks off. And the IS-3 finished him. So that's a good start. Okay, I'm going to go in here. Right, T-29. And I can hit him from here. And he bounces, which is always good. Yeah, there's that enhanced armour around that driver's slit. And that one went through. Let's see where that one hit. Yep, lower glacis. But I've blown his tracks off. And all I have to do... There we go. Right, now he's doomed. It might take me 2 more shots. Got him. It's generally never a great idea to just be trading fire with another heavy tank like that, but I had the ability to angle my armour there. He was tracked, showing me his side, so yeah, I felt it was worth the risk. What I don't want to do, however, is go around the corner and show my side to that IS. Not without a good reason. That IS-3, where's he going? I thought he was going to go around it. The IS is backing off. Why is the IS backing off? Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I ain't going around this corner without a good reason. He's going the other way. Okay, let's give chase. We can get around the corner now. You know, I think this IS has got his... Yeah, he's got his back to us. Oh, we're going to have him now. Oh, yeah. Come on, engine fire. Give me an engine fire. IS-3 hits him. Oh, I will have you. There you go, kill number 2. Now, now what to go for, what to go for. Okay, the IS-3 is going off to do his own thing, so... Oh, hold on, KV-1S. He's on the other side. We can get him as he passes. Yeah, damage was a little disappointing, 180, but it'll do, it'll do. Let's see where this Tiger P is going. Oh, yeah, had the same idea. Oh, that was a good hit. Right in the side of the turret. Okay, I'm going to give chase to this KV-1S. Yeah, I think I will. I might be able to get a shot at him through the window of this. Nah, that would never have hit him. But I can cut him off. Oh, we don't need to. ARL 44 takes him out. Well played, Frenchie. And that Super Pershing's dead meat. Got a Yak Panther and an M18. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, well, here we go. There's only 2 enemy tanks left. KV-3 and a 3002 DB, both tier 7s. And we know exactly where they are. At... Oh, look at this. Okay, that one missed. Basically, that KV-3 is screwed. He's tracked the front of his tank sticking out around the side of that building, and I can just shoot it at my leisure because his gun and his turret is on the other side of the building, and there's nothing he can do about it. Let's go and get the DB. There he is. And... Oh, Tiger P. And artillery finishes him off. And I take a hit in, yeah, there it is, right in the back of the turret from the Tiger P. But, you know, he did apologise, so, yeah, shit happens, not a big deal. But what a game, what a game. Yeah, that was alright. That was most enjoyable. The Tiger has still got it, you know. I mean, I played this thing like a complete idiot when I first got it. And, you know, you see my service record reflects that. But, as I said, and I think this is true of most Tiger drivers, you have completely unrealistic expectations of how this tank is going to perform when you get it on the battlefield, because you've grown up watching The Longest Day and the Battle of the Bulge and, you know, World War II movies where this thing just destroyed everything that it pointed its gun at. No tank in this game is ever going to perform like that. But that doesn't mean the Tiger's a bad tank. It just means most people, especially people who've basically... and a lot of people fall into this category. I was one of them. A lot of people choose the German tank line because they want to drive a Tiger. And this is the only aim they have in the game when they start playing. And they don't try any other nation's tanks, they don't try any of the tier 5 or 6 heavies from the American or the Russian line, or even the French line, and they just make a nosedive straight for this tank, and then they get into it and they suck. And I was one of those people, not ashamed to admit it. Totally unrealistic expectations of what this tank is going to perform like in the game, and they get their asses kicked, and they go away complaining about Russian guns and develop a bias and what have you. There's nothing wrong with the tank, it's just the majority of the Tiger's drivers suck, because it's the first tank they've ever driven, and it's nowhere near as good as it was in the longest day. But it is a good tank. I still think the T29 is the best tier 7 heavy, but there's going to be thousands of people who disagree with me. But I think the Tiger's pretty close. I mean, look at that, 1400 XP. That's not bad, and 44,000 credits. And it was a tier 8 game. You know, I was not top tier. And check this out, good hit, really good hit on that T50. Me and that IS-3, and note that IS-3 he only had he didn't have the BL9 gun. You know, he was undergunned. He was still grinding out to unlock modules on that tank, and he did all right. You know, I blew this guy's tracks off and took a massive chunk of his health off. The IS-3 fired a second later and killed him, so that's great. Didn't get to shoot at the DB, but I did detect him, and not much, a tiny little bit of XP and credits there from allies shooting at him. Killed that IS, good and proper. 2 good hits into him, 304 damage. First one was a solid hit, the second one just finished off what little health he had left. 2 into the KV-1S as well, that was good. Load of damage there, and did some sort of critical damage to him. I think we hit him in the turret, might have killed his commander. Possibly his gunner, damaged his gun, whatever. Yeah, we hurt him. 2 good ones into the KV-3. Yeah, I feel sorry for that fella. He just couldn't return fire. You know, he had his tracks blown off, and most of his tank was on the wrong side of the building, including his turret and his gun. So we were just, fine, just reloading and firing at our leisure, and he was screwed. And that T29, good fight with the T29. Took advantage of the fact that I was angling my armour and he wasn't. And, look at that, 1150 damage. That one was all me. Happy with that result. And you will not be surprised to see, not bad at all. 939 XP before premium account modifiers and the daily double victory is applied. So yeah, did okay. Did very well, in fact. And that IS-3, alright, he is tier 8. But this guy only had the D25T 122mm gun, so effectively he was driving around with the IS's gun, and he did a decent, he played a decent game as well. 7 penetrating hits. He did a load of damage. Not quite as much as me, but he did a decent game, and we had a good little double team going there. Me pairing up with the IS-3 in the beginning, and then me and the Tiger P towards the end. Yeah, an unlucky hit in the back there from that Tiger P, but he did apologise, and I PM'd him afterwards to just tell him, no hard feelings. Shit happens, as they say. He played a decent game, not as well as I did, but, right place, right time, made the right decisions, moved to the right spots on the map, engaged the right enemies, with the right amount of backup. And so I walked away with 1000 XP, unmodified. Not bad. And there you go. That's the Tiger for you. Specifically, shots fired, hits and penetrating. 13 fired, 12 hits, 12 penetrations. That is the Tiger for you. 2,600 damage, took 4 hits, and I think only 2 of them damaged us from the T29. We did take 1 from the friendly fire hit at the end from the Tiger P, so that's probably included in there as well, but hey, yeah, I can live with that. Damage 5, killed 2. Hooray. Great little tank. I really, really do like playing the Tiger, and I am definitely going to have to play it more. And if you guys have not played the Tiger, as long as you approach it with realistic expectations, you will not be disappointed. It is a good tank. Just, it's not going to crush all before it, as it did in the battlefields of World War II when it was introduced, because this is a game, and it has to be balanced against its competition. And I think it is fairly well balanced against its competition. And I know there are a lot of people crying about how the Tiger is, oh, it's not as good as it should be. Well, it's exactly as good as it needs to be. You know, I'm driving the same Tiger as everybody else, and I can get a result like that. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. So, there you go. I thought I'd just pop this video up while I'm going through the results of the replay contest. Oh, check it out. They're restarting the game server. You know why that is. Patch 8.1 is deploying. It is 2 minutes to 6 AM Greenwich Mean Time. So the next time I start the game up, we'll be driving British tanks. Ooh. Anyway, as always, take care. I'll see you on the battlefield. Until the next time, catch you later.
This video is part of the Way movement, a career path in video sponsored by TGN. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.